what has motherhood been for you? And, how has that changed you or not changed you? What was that experience?
Look, it's like there was, there's often you say there's moments, there's those big life moments. It's been a big life moment where whoever I was before and who I am now is radically different. But having said that, it didn't happen automatically. It's taken me years to grow into being a mother. And yeah, I didn't know how to be a mother in the beginning. Maybe I still don't honestly know what it means to be a mother.
Right.
I just know this relationship with these two incredible little girls that I would literally give my life for. And who I crave to hear from and see, and who, I don't know, it's just everything. And so it's been such a seminal, also learning. I learn from them so much every day, and I learn patience, and I learn all of that stuff. They're my teachers.
They're your teachers. And do you also, do you suffer from mother's guilt?
Yeah.
I needed to ask you that. I needed to put that.
Oh my God, I'm feeling it right now.
Yes, I just wanted to ask that. Asli, sorry, do you feel this idea of mother's guilt? Does it ever go away, and how do you deal with it?
I don't think it ever goes away, and I think that's okay. Maybe it's just a natural, also biological reaction to being separated from your kids when they're still young. And I love this age that they're at. They're 6 years old right now. It's such a fun age. I know. They're still cuddly. They still want to be with me. Yes, I know they're not going to last. I might be delusional. Maybe they'll always want to hang out with mom.
But my 13-year-old is Mama,
that's going to happen. And there's something karmic lurking for me because I was such a badass teenager. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I want to soak up every moment. So I'm very cognizant of that. The mother's guilt is real. In fact, I'll tell you, just last night, I bumped into Neha Dhupia, and I hadn't seen her for a while. She was at the event. And so I was like, hi, how are you? And then the next thing we launched into was talking about our kids.
Right.
And even she was like, yeah, I have to get back to my kids. This is happening. And And I feel like, so it's the separation. And it was incredible because we were talking about, I said, how's life in Dubai? I said, well, I lead a really quiet life. It's my family, my kids, and my work, And we laughed because we said we only ever dress up for work. Otherwise,
just pajamas. And
T-shirts. But the fact that we were both at this wonderful award ceremony. I just received an award. I was really, really honored. But then the second thought was, oh, my kids. Because before that, while going there, my one of my daughters had called up and was crying, Mama, when are you coming back? Obviously, I'm moved. But at the same time, I think I have trained myself to be able to sit with that emotion. I might even weep a little bit. And then that's okay.
Right.
That's just another dimension of life. So I don't wallow. And I accept it, the acceptance. I'm feeling mother's guilt. Okay, Tane. It's all good. It's part of being human.
And I love that. And you know what you just said? It's okay if one accept it.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to cry about it.
Yeah.
It's okay not... It would probably not be you if you don't feel it.
Yeah.
And you probably wouldn't be you if you didn't work also.
Exactly. And it's fun. I'll tell you one funny and quick little side story. My kids have basically not seen me really working. When they were tiny and we were in Bombay, I used to sit on my lap when I was getting makeup and hair done and stuff like that. They won't remember any of that. So they basically are very confused. Like why sometimes in Dubai, maybe somebody will come up to me and want to take a selfie or a picture. They're like, Why, mama? Why? Because to me, I am just mama. Like, I have no life around that. They don't really have a concept. Now they're 6, they're starting to understand why. Okay, mama's working. Mama actually does work. Because when I'm in Dubai, it's a very domestic life, right?
Right.
So they think mama is like Vela. She does nothing with her life.
Mama makes money, what? But that's Papa's job, right?
I do want them to see a little bit of that fiery, ferocious aspect of me.
Right.
As they're growing up, especially because they're girls. I want them to see that. And they're kind of, aware of it, but they're never going to see the full-on part of that. So, I make sure when I'm working, I call them and I say, okay, mama's getting makeup and hair done. You know where I am. You know which city. I was very special to be calling them from Kolkata because I really want to bring them here.
Oh.
Baba is from here. I have such a strong connection with the city, although I haven't recently spent that much time. So I wanted to explain that to them. Mama's in Kolkata, Oh, Dadu's from Kolkata. Yes. So we want to come also. So
I love that.
It's nice. So I try to incorporate that. And that also gives me an extra boost when I can somehow involve them in little ways in what I'm doing.
I love that. And that's such an important message for all of us and for all of us to keep feeling and continue doing what we're doing, because I think it's important to really change the narrative.
Yeah.
The change comes from within.
Exactly.
Accepting that and being okay with that.
Exactly.
And still doing that because...
And still, and saying, okay, this is what it means to be a working mom.
So